So you had two college students, one went to Morehouse, one went to Spelman. They was riding down the street watching a person get arrested by the police. And of course they wanted to start filming it. And the cops saw them filming, they told them they need to go on, but you know, they was from a distance. They wasn't nowhere near them, they was inside of a car. Well, the cops started to approach them, and I want to show you this short clip of what happened with this violent arrest for not doing anything, right? And we're going to talk more about this particular story because the cops right now are moving like we're living in communist China. That's what all the footage that I'm seeing right now. Let's go ahead and roll these clips.
Around 9:30 p.m. on Saturday night, the driver, Messiah Young, was trying to record video of someone under arrest. An officer asked the Morehouse college student to drive away and then get out of the car. He keeps going, and Officer Ivory Streeter catches up with him. Another officer then starts hitting the car window with a baton. Other officers surround the passenger side, asking Spelman student Tanea Pilgrim to get out. Now, Officer Mark Gardner then deploys his taser. On the other side of the car, officers think Young is reaching for a gun. Officer Streeter fires off his taser, shocking Young, who has no weapon. Now, Mayor Bottoms and Chief Shields again reviewed the footage. They determined the two officers must be terminated immediately.
As we watch the video today, it became abundantly clear immediately with the young woman that this force was excessive.
These are good guys. I know them as individuals. I've worked with the one for over 20 years. But they made that level of mistake that cannot be rolled back.
Yeah, I spoke to the mayor today. It was very good. I just want to put out there Officer Jones was disgusting. He did the worst things imaginable. When walking me and Messiah off, he says that he was gonna shoot us. Like, this is stuff that shouldn't be said after all the trauma. After the trauma that's been like on video, and then he goes back and he says this as we're still trying to even process what even happened. I still can't even process what happened. And for someone to say something like that is disgusting. We felt like we were gonna die in that car. So for him to walk us off and say, oh, we were gonna shoot y'all, that's not cool. Like, that's not something that should be said, like, after all of this. Like, no. So Officer A. Jones, that's who I have a very big issue with. All the other officers as well. But him, yes.
And then I want to remind y'all, she didn't get charged. All the stuff you saw in that video, that harsh attack, she also got slammed on the ground after, handcuffed, picked up off the ground, put in a paddy wagon for hours, tasered, and then they came and cut him off her and let her out the back by the Phillips Arena. And she kept asking, what did I do? Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? What did I do? She's in the back of a paddy wagon, trapped with 4 other women, and they wouldn't provide masks to them. And she kept asking for a mask, because they're in a small, hot van.
And I have asthma.
And she has asthma, and then they just cut her loose. So that's what Attorney Bozeman is talking about, is you have to keep looking down the line of, a lot of people came to the van to check. Why didn't somebody say, hey, this isn't right?
Time of injustice, it feels good to know that I have a support system that understands the severity of this and understands that change does need to come. Secondly, to all the institutions worldwide, to anyone aware of this problem, aware of the mistreatment, the hostility, the just wrongdoing of what occurred on Saturday. To everyone that supports that and understands, thank you. It truly means something to me that I have a backing, you know, because honestly, this has probably been one of the hardest things that I've ever experienced in my life. With that being said, you know, it's great to know that so many people are aware of this. And at the end of the day, it's a blessing that I'm alive and here to talk with you, here to express just everything that's occurring at this moment. And that will continue to occur. this is a long fight. This isn't just about me. This isn't just about us. This is an entire generation that has to deal with brutality and injustice and wrongdoing for nothing because of the color of their skin or simply because what they preference, or like my father said, originality, you know? So at the end of the day, I am just very thankful for the support for you all, and we will get through this together.
They were factual, extremely factual in their descriptions of what had happened, and their stories corroborated each other. We also, and I think we just noted that, you know, in my experience as DA talking to victims, we noted that these were really two of the nicest people that we had ever gotten the chance to meet in the DA's office. So we reviewed 7 different body-worn cameras, and we also looked at 1 media clip. We reviewed the physical evidence, the car, the bodily injuries to the victims, which were consistent with what they had described. And we also reviewed statements made, these were criminal statements made by the police officers. And so we were then at the point that we could make a charging decision. So based upon our consideration of the facts, we have on this morning presented to one of our Superior Court judges 6 arrest warrants for these 6 officers. These are all Atlanta officers, and I'm sure you recognize that 2 of these officers have already been terminated by the Atlanta Police Department. And what we've done is to just in a shorthand method describe the charges against those officers. Lonnie Hood, who's charged with aggravated assault of Messiah Young for the use of the taser, the aggravated assault of Tanaya Pilgrim, also for the use of the taser, and also a simple battery for pulling Ms. Pilgrim out of the car onto the paved street. The second officer is Willie Sauls, and charged with aggravated assault of Ms. Pilgrim, and this is for pointing a taser at Mrs. Pilgrim. And as many of you all know, under Georgia law, a taser is considered as a deadly weapon under Georgia law. And also criminal damage to property for the damage and the striking of the window of Miss Pilgrim's car. The third officer, Officer Ivory Streeter, he was one of the officers that was terminated by Chief Shields and Mayor Bottoms, charged with aggravated assault for the use of the taser with respect to Ms. Pilgrim. And also he is charged with a misdemeanor for pointing a gun, a handgun, at Messiah Young. All right. Go to the next one. The other 3 officers, Mark Gardner is one of the officers who was dismissed by the city, and the arrest warrant that we have asked the court to issue against him charges him with aggravated assault of Ms. Pilgrim for the use of the taser. The 5th officer is Armand Jones, who is charged with aggravated battery of Messiah Young, and that is for the forcible removal of him and placing him on the paved street. And the second charge against him is for pointing a gun at Messiah Young. And the 6th officer is Roland Claude, and he is charged with criminal damage to property. He was the officer who broke the window, the driver's side window of the vehicle driven by Messiah Young. And so those are the charges that we have asked the court to sign a warrant for.
So you saw the young brother and sister by the name of Messiah Young and Tanaya Pilgrim. Now, the mayor, Keisha Bottoms, she and the police chief looked at the footage and they fired them. As you heard the DA, they were charged for their crimes. Now, they had the body cam footage, which is good, but you see what they're doing. And this is how black people are killed, ladies and gentlemen, rushing black people for no reason. Why are you doing that? Ever since Donald Trump got up there and said we need to dominate the cities, he gave a green light to these cops to up your brutality. And just all the footage that I keep watching, I mean, that footage itself was just scary to watch because you have two young people in their early 20s riding down the street in a craziness. They just come off of this pandemic. Now you got, uprisings all over the place. That's crazy as well. It's all happening all over the country. Because remember, this happened in Minneapolis. It didn't happen in Atlanta. It didn't happen in Houston. It didn't happen in LA. But it's an energy that's just spreading all over this country and also other countries throughout the world. They're protesting as well about the killing of George Floyd. But I know it's definitely much bigger than George Floyd. He was just a spark. Let's call it what it is. Or this is how black people get killed by cops, just being terrorized. And you wonder why people are in the streets. You wonder why. They tased those kids. And for what? For being in their cars? We've been seeing all kinds of incidents where cops are just attacking people now. Just attacking. And they need to stop doing that because eventually people are going to fight back eventually. You're not going to keep just terrorizing people who didn't do you anything. And they were right to charge all 6 of these cops, rightfully so. And it's amazing how quick they was fired and how quickly they was charged. Now, the only reason that happened with this situation is because of what the people are doing, because they don't want to have more of an issue, right? So when you say that, well, all you guys got to do is vote, well, it's quite amazing how the people took to the streets and all of a sudden now cops getting fired like this and charged like this. I mean, have you noticed that? Because before it takes an act of Congress. You still got the 3 cops in Minnesota that haven't been charged yet. Now, I know Keith Ellison is on the case. I get it. But what I'm saying is they normally don't move this fast. So when you say to go vote, voting for politicians, we're still in the same situation. As I told people before, when you say about voting, we've had a black president. We've had a black attorney general. We got a black Supreme Court justice. We got black people in the Senate. We got black people in Congress. We got black mayors. We got black city council. We got black DAs. We got black judges just all over the place. Black justice of the peace. We have black people everywhere. And we're still in this situation. Meaning voting is not doing a whole lot because the politicians not doing anything. Because they're going with the status quo. I'm talking about the black ones. Because even if they don't go along with your bill, you can make enough ruckus now and say, hey, look, I presented this bill and this is what I'm trying to do to the people now. And get the people riled up if they try to do a backroom deal or try to undercut your bill. So there's no excuse today. Because when you can go directly to the people on social media, that's the advantage of today. So when you see cops charged this quick and fired this quick with that kind of video, it is a result of people taking to the streets. When you say protesting and all of that is not going to do nothing, vote, well, it don't seem that way to me. When these cops are charged just like this with a video, and no, they didn't kill them. They didn't. But it was enough for them shooting them with the taser and doing all that to get aggravated assault charges. No, I mean, that's right now in this period in time, our system is flawed. And I will say this system is completely broken. Well, it was never put together for black people. I mean, it's called what it is. But the system is broken. This is why people don't believe in voting. Because when people vote, once again, we had a black president and black attorney general. How many cops went to prison? How many were hauled in federal charges? I'm just saying, we had Obama for 8 years. Did our life improve as black people? No, it didn't. So it's kind of messed up to say, well, just vote for this and vote for that. And we always doing this waiting game. Well, let's wait. Well, maybe. Let's hope. That's this. No, the politicians are supposed to work for the people, and now they got to react to the people. Now, Trump, what he's doing, He's trying to be an authoritarian. That's why he liked Kim Jong-un so much, because that's what he wants to be. And you see he's pulling authoritarian moves. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen, is the senators and the Congress people who are quiet about Donald Trump's authoritarian moves. Because what the police is doing now, like, that's totally wrong. They're tear gassing people that's being peaceful. They're hitting people. They're shooting people point blank with tear gas canisters. They're pepper spraying people. I mean, they're doing all of this because Donald Trump had given them the green light to do all of that. Now, that's what people need to start paying attention to a lot more. And these cops are so stupid because they sit up there and say, wait a minute, I'm going to just do this just because I'm told to. Instead of say, wait a minute, this isn't right. This is violating civil rights. This is violating, the Bill of Rights. These people have a right to peacefully protest. As long as they're not looting, as long as they're not destroying or setting fire, they can do that. But the footage I saw yesterday was the most ugly thing I've ever seen, and I never thought I would see that kind of footage in this country. It literally looked like China. And the Chinese right now, they're going in on America. They're saying, look at them. They talk about us in Hong Kong and how we handle the protesters there, but look at them. They're doing it exactly like us. The Chinese Communist Party having a field day over this. They say the U.S. condemned us for how we treated Africans, but look what they do to black Americans. They no better than us. They're worse than us. It is all the stain on Donald Trump and making the world look at America as a joke. Because they have to understand that the world is looking at America and say, what happened to America? All of the countries are saying that. America have a horrible stain on it now. Very, very horrible stain. The world is seeing how you treat black people. Trust me on that. But leave me a comment in those things about this particular story with this young brother and sister. Like I said, I'm glad they survived. I'm so happy they survived. And I'm glad these cops are fired and charged, which that should be happening all the time. But this is reality in America. And this is why I, as a person, at least myself, advocate for us to return to the continent where our ancestors were looted from, right? Because these people has been the biggest looters of all.